youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
What's up, everybody? It's me once again, the incredible Greg, and we are also joined tonight by the amazing man from Maryland, who also is an amazing cook. I guess I don't know. I'm making shit up as I go.
Nice try, Greg. And I'm from Florida. What's everybody? I'm
All right.
Dale. And joining us also is a guy who likes to beat his meat during the podcast.
Ryan Gatt. We're also joined by the man of the hour,
Freakout 5000, are also known as Larry.
We're the man of 30 minutes. Haha, or is that no? That's me. I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's you, Mike.
Yeah, maybe 30.
You're the
seconds.
30-minute man.
Yeah, maybe 30 seconds. Maybe 3 seconds. I mean, I'm giving myself too much credit now. Okay.
I mean, it should last long without being how small it is.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like, it's so much struggle to finally get it in there, and then once I get it in there, and like any kind of thrust, it automatically comes back out, and then when it goes back in, there's so much tension on the head, and that's where it's the most sensitive, So that's why it's so short, literally and figuratively.
God, I can't wait until our other person comes on here. I can ask her all kinds of questions.
Oh Christ, that's gonna be awful. The only place in the entire fucking world that you cannot get a Coca-Cola is North Korea. I mean, they got problems, obviously. So what do you guys think about the ball slinging contest that they're providing with the rest of the world right now?
It's horrible what those people have to go through on a daily basis. For one, not only are they not allowed to get a Coca-Cola, they're not allowed to watch anything from the outside of their country on TV, radio, or anything like that. The only thing they get to watch is stuff that comes from their government. I think it's just the world is too modern for that. They need to get this shit together and get this shit over with and just get rid of the DMZ line and let that country be one country. And I think we need to send in a wet team or something and take this fuckhead out.
A wet team?
Yeah, like a SEAL team.
And the wetsuits.
No, a wet team is a sort of Black Ops team. Like they're officially like off the record or something, and like that. They're like the kind of people who are brought in to do stuff that typically like most countries wouldn't admit to doing because of how shady it is.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
political assassinations and that.
I have no idea. Just because I'm in the military doesn't mean I know anything. I'd never heard of a wet team before. I've known of like some fucking like Black Ops and shit like that, but hence the thing is you don't know about them because there's nothing out there for them. You don't know that shit has happened. You know about the SEALs, they took out Bin Laden,
Yeah,
Stuff like
Neptune Spear was a Black Op.
So, I mean, I know that the Army's got some Black Ops shit. I don't know about the Navy. I mean, they might. And I think like the Navy, I don't know if they got Black Ops shit or not.
Obviously,
Or,
Neptune Spear was a Black Op. The one that killed Bin Laden was a Black Op. And the SEALs were the one that killed Bin Laden. Therefore, they clearly have... It's not so much whether the branches have the Black Ops, it's what the government does, and they pick out
That's what I was trying to get at. It's not necessarily divided by branch. It's just basically what the government has. So there might be a wet team out there. Just because I never heard of it doesn't mean it's not out there. There's so much shit out there, it's not even funny.
That's true.
So what do you think about North Korea overall?
It sucks at what's going on over there, but apparently this Kim Jong-un guy, or whatever the fuck his name is, apparently he's trying to show everybody that he's got a bigger dick, but little does he know he doesn't. It's
most dictators
just like
don't.
It's just like what Ryan says. They don't even know what's going on outside their country, and it sucks. He's taking all the credit for himself. He's like, you know what? I'm in power. Fuck you, bitches.
Well, here's what I think about it. He's like a big-ass baby, and he's throwing a tantrum.
He's a boy with a toy.
Right, well, he's throwing a tantrum, right? Say you're in Walmart, whatever, you're fucking grocery shopping or whatever, and this kid starts throwing a fit because they want fucking rich chocolate Ovaltine. And the mother's like, no, you can't have this rich chocolatey Ovaltine. They're like, I've seen the Christmas Story a million times. I want to try this rich chocolatey Ovaltine. But anyway, so while this kid's throwing the fit, or it's kind of to you as an outside person, it's slightly embarrassing because you're like, and annoying at the same time. Meanwhile, with the mother, she's like, oh Christ, this is ridiculously embarrassing. So she has like two choices: shut the kid up, or give the kid the Ovaltine to shut the kid up. And that's what I think, that he just wants attention, more or less, because he has such a lock on that country. And what better way to get attention than to make threats against the biggest power in the world, the United States? And he has the people inside of that country believing that they are a military power, which they're not. They're not.
No.
They're not at all.
No.
But the people inside of that country, as Ryan stated, they don't see anything outside of that country. So they believe that this country is a military power, and they are not. So let's say he gets a wild hair up his ass, and because he's throwing this bitch fit that he's throwing, no one pays attention to him, and he decides, you know what? I want that fucking Ovaltine, and he actually does attack. Say he attacks South Korea, he attacks Japan, or he tries to attack us. Well, we happen to be allies with Japan now and South Korea. And if he attacks South Korea is going to expect us to help them. And not only that, Japan wants to just murk the shit out of him because of him firing shit into the bay. They want to fuck him up.
Not only that, Russia has come out and said they think he's despicable, and that they believe that if something was to happen, that Russia would step in.
See,
yeah, you got China too, but
China's
even condemning them.
Yeah, China was their only ally.
They were their ally, but they've come to realize what this guy is and what he's doing. They're like, you're a fucking retard. Even though we really don't like America, if you start this shit, we're kind of side with them. The thing about China is like, if
China
there was
makes a lot of money off of us.
If there was nothing going on, China's kind of in limbo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they really don't have a side, but like how I said, like, they think he's a complete retard, and if he's gonna like do something, they're gonna be like, well, you're a fucking idiot, we're going with America.
More or less.
Yeah, China makes a lot of money off of us. Why would they?
Well, China has huge investments and in certain countries that would be affected by his stupidity, and we are one of them. China has such a huge investment that with the trade we do with them, and if they side against us, they make too much fucking money from us. And it would be stupid for them to side against us. They don't even have to side with us. They just have to stay the fuck out of it. And their investment would be protected by doing that. If he attacks South Korea is going to turn towards us and be like, hey guys, like, you had our back, what's up? And Japan's going to be like, dude, let's do this right now, because Japan already wants to fuck him up, like I said. A few years back, we lifted our ban off of Japan in case he did anything, because we didn't want to have to deal with it. We were going to let Japan deal with it instead. But now if he does something, Japan's going to be looking at us and be like, yeah, I mean, you remember when we attacked...
Japan's excited about it. Japan's like, fuck yeah, we can have our military back and do some shit and die for our country. They're like, let's do this shit.
So basically, what I'm saying is, he's continuing to do what dictators do, and he's brainwashing the people inside of his community and making them believe that they're a military power, and by them showing off and doing all the shit that people don't know any better, so they just think, that what he's doing, for one, is normal, and for two, makes the outside world respect them, when it's actually the complete opposite. And if he does attack anybody in that general vicinity, that country is going to get fucked up by a lot of countries all at once, and us being one of them. As much as I really, really don't want to see our troops on the ground in that country, there's so many other countries that are going to be there with us if we have to go.
Did you see the story about the B-2 bombers flying? There's two B-2 bombers, I think it was two. They took off from, I want to say, like, Kansas City, Oklahoma, Missouri, someplace like in the Mideast. Yes, Midwest. Oh my God. And they took off from there, flew to South Korea, dropped a couple bombs. Well, it was a training exercise, pretty much like a show of strength. Dropped like some dummy bombs or whatever, and fucking just turned around and came back to U.S. all in one flight. A long ass flight, but it was. And then we sent Raptors.
What's cool is my uncle. He served on the DMZ line. He's got pictures and everything of him on the DMZ line and doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that they have these fake houses right on the inside of the border, to where
Yeah, to make it look like they have a nice country and everything to the South Koreans.
yeah, that the lights and
But
everything.
they all know they're full of shit.
Yeah, that lights and everything are on like timers and stuff like that, so they come on and go off at certain times during the day, and they have like the fake people or whatever, like cardboard or what the fuck ever, like dummies and stuff like that move around, and that they have like on tracks or whatever that move around in there to make it look like people actually occupy the housing.
Yeah,
That
those
one scene
buildings
in Home
are
Alone.
empty.
That's what's called a Potemkin city. It was invented originally by the Russians to like give a false sense of peace and tranquility to like outsiders who came.
Oh, we don't have to do anything. We'll just send Dennis Rodman back in.
I think he
As
really
far as I'm
thought that was Obama, to be honest with you.
As far as I'm concerned, Dennis Rodman can go fucking live there, that piece of shit.
Hey,
Fuck him.
he was a good basketball player.
The flamboyant
I don't give
former
a fuck
American
what he was.
basketball known as the Worm.
Who all has like the nuclear weapons now? What, we have them and Russia has them?
Yeah, it's,
and North Korea has
North
them.
Korea has them, but they lack the ability to really deliver them. Like basically basically the best they could do right now is just mail us the bombs
through the postal service.
Just be like, oh, another nuke from North Korea. Better put that with the other ones. More for us now.
We'll return them all to the sender eventually, but we got planes we can do that with.
Like, let's see. We got us, Russia, UK, France, China, India, Pakistan, North Korea, and Israel. Pretty much with nukes.
Speaking of Kim Jong-un, speaking of him, I'm curious. In movies, what do you guys think is the best or worst villain ever? Because clearly Kim Jong-un is the worst villain in IRL. In real life, he's the worst villain. He's
modern times, anyway.
Yeah, modern times. He's just not a good villain. So as far as movies go, what do you guys think the best or worst villain ever is?
I've seen so many goddamn movies that it's legitimately hard for me to really pick a movie villain that I can say is truly the best. I mean, there are some that come to mind.
Best,
but a lot of those are from movies based on comic books and that, and like that. I don't want to count those because those are technically comic book villains, but just like in movie form. So I don't want to include those. So I'm trying to think of like what the best.
Doesn't have to be the best. It could be the worst villain ever, as in like the biggest failure of a villain.
I can't even think of a biggest failure because I mean I don't generally watch too many like. If I do end up going to see a really terrible movie, it's usually either a really terrible comedy movie that I thought was going to be hilarious or a really terrible horror movie that I thought was going to be scary, but it didn't. And I guess I'm just going to go old school and go with Darth Vader. He was just straight up badass. Actually, I'm going to go with Agent Smith because the thing is with Darth Vader
You're
is
a bastard.
that I mean I love Darth Vader, don't get me wrong. Darth Vader is the shit. I love the Star Wars movies. The thing is that Darth Vader actually like redeemed himself in the end. So I guess with Agent Smith I pick him over Darth Vader because Agent Smith is just genuinely more evil. Larry, how about you?
You stole mine.
Oh, Agent Smith. Okay, never mind that.
Next.
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't think of anything. I'm just like, I was sitting there like just browsing through my movies. I'm just like, mate. I'm like, yeah, I'll use this. And you started talking about it. I'm like, you're a bastard.
That's why you said it. I was like, why am I a bastard? Because I'm picking Agent Smith over Darth
You stole
Vader?
mine. Ryan. I'm gonna dwell on this and then hopefully come back.
Gary Busey is the gingerbread man.
Oh my god, I forgot that.
What fucking movie is that in?
The gingerbread
called
man.
It's called The Gingerbread Man, and
I've
Gary
never seen it.
Busey voices the Gingerbread Man.
My God, I forgot about that.
So it's like an animated movie.
No, they got real actors. It's just it's like
No,
it's
kinda
like a
the
Troma movie.
Leprechaun and everything else.
Oh, so it's like
Yeah.
one of them like cult horror movies. I've never seen it. I'll have to watch it.
Let's go ahead and hear what Dale's got to say.
Yo, you cannot go wrong with the classic Wicked Witch of the West, Wizard of Oz. She freaked out when I was like,
"Get you, my pretty."
Damn, you're really going old school now.
dude, that to this day she still creeps me out and shit, and just the acting back then. I mean, it was pretty good. I liked it, and like the shit she does with the fucking monkeys and shit.
Her fucking theme song was the best.
Yeah, I love that shit, man. You know, get you, my pretty, and your little dog.
And
too.
your little dog too.
To me, hands down, number one, Wicked Witch of the West.
What
you, Mike?
Greg really had me thinking Star Wars, right? So I'm gonna go with the worst villain ever, and I'm gonna say Darth Maul was the worst villain ever.
Oh God.
Because no,
That
listen,
motherfucker
okay,
got cut in half.
like they played him up when that movie was coming out. They played him up to be like this fucking badass. He looked badass, and I was like, all right. I was like, they're gonna basically take Darth Vader and make him like more badass, minus the helmet. They're gonna give him some face paint, and he's just gonna be ridiculous, and it's gonna be fucking crazy. And he's in the movie, like the fucking 3-hour movie, for like a total of 15 minutes, and then he gets fucking cut in half, anticlimactic as fuck.
He's one of those generic villains who's only evil because he's supposed to be evil. Like, there's no real background to him or anything. He's just there.
Yeah, you're like, I mean, they built him up, and like around the time that came out
Mhm.
to be like this fucking crazy badass that was just gonna put Darth Vader to fucking shame, and it was just gonna be ridiculous, and he was just gonna be straight evil as fuck. And seriously, he's in the movie for like a total of 15 minutes throughout the entire fucking movie, and then he gets cut in half, anticlimactic as fuck, and falls down to fucking shit, and that's it. And into fucking
Yeah.
Darth Maul. I mean, that was such a disappointment. So, for the huge build-up, worst villain ever, Darth Maul. Larry, did you have another one since Greg stole yours?
Probably one of the. I would go with the worst. Would be that motherfucker from Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, dude, I can agree with that.
Especially the first one. At the end of it, he just all of a sudden, spoiler alert, sprouts wings and flies the fuck away.
Well, that wasn't at
Oh,
the end
yeah.
of it, but yeah. I was sitting
Well,
there,
for the most part, it was.
I was watching that movie, and I was like, damn, this movie is fucked up. I was like, this movie's pretty sweet. Like, this is fucked up, but this is sweet. They like run him over with the car multiple times, and I'm like, yeah, you go, bitch, you get him, he dead. Oh, he dead. They drive away, whatever, and all of a sudden he's like, whoop, sprouts a fucking wing. I'm like, this movie's fucking retarded. Instantly lost all respect for that movie.
Exactly.
As soon as he sprouted a fucking
Exactly.
wing, I was like, this movie sucks. And I tried watching the second one, and I laughed more than anything else in the second one. I was like, this isn't even good.
There's this part
Like
in
when
the
he-
second one where like he's like got his face up against like one of the windows in the bus, and he's just like doing the whole like flapping his tongue out. He's like, "I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you," and you're just like, "What the fuck
Oh,
is
I
this
seen
shit
that.
about?"
That was in the second one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
And then he,
That was
then
funny
he
how
was looking
he
at
hit
the
like
black dude. And he was smelling him.
they were
and the
all
black
like
dude's
lined up in a row, and he was picking them. He's like, "No, you sit down. Nah, you sit down. Nope, sit down. Yeah." Dude's like,
He-
me.
he wanted to eat
It
the
was
black
kind of like
guy
one of
so
those "fuck you, you're cool" situations.
Yeah.
Like, think about it this way. Like, if he hadn't been some fucking mutant monster bullshit with a fucking wing, had he been like some crazy ass old dude that was like
That just
stealing-
like lives in the fucking like field.
yeah, and then was like fucking stealing like body parts and pieces of the body from people and killing them and shit, how fucked up would that be? That'd be awesome, right? And then he sprouts a
Mhm.
fucking wing, and I was like, oh, this movie's stupid.
Well, then that goes to show you he isn't real.
Yeah, you know, if he was some crazy old fuck cutting people's eyes out and shit, that'd be like, what? But no, he sprouts a
Because
wing.
it's like throughout the whole movie, you're just like, is this like some real dude that's like terrorizing this area?
They filmed part of it down by where Larry still lives and where Ryan, Dale, and myself used to live in Florida.
And then he
Yeah,
sprouts
they,
some
they did right
wings.
down the road.
And then you're just like,
Then
all
that
right, this
church-
has no potential of being real no more.
Do you remember the Was it the prison scene or the cop,
Mm-hmm.
sheriff's department? That was at that old school. I think
Right
they
there.
called the Orange Blossom Opry right there, where 42 and
Ooh,
25
25,
in
yep.
Rosedale.
Yep.
They used to
I
be
passed by that shit
Stanton
every day
Elementary
before.
School. My mom used to go to that school whenever it was active.
Come on, get up. Get up. Oh, touch it. Come on. Touch it.
You know, if you're gonna talk to your penis like that, Ryan, you should at least mute your mic.
I'm sorry. No, my dog hurt his leg really bad. He's limping. I'm trying to check him out. I'm sorry.
Aw.
Touch it. Touch it. Do it for me.
What the fuck?
Touch it. Tug it gently. Touch it.
Just say tug it gently.
I'm about to come. Pinch the head. Pinch the head. Oh yeah.
There's like a phone sex operator on the side, just in case you guys didn't know that. It's when females get really, really, really desperate, they call into male sex hotlines.
I make bank, bitch.
Dale, how does that sound to you?
All right.
What, the phone sex operator? I'm slightly confused.
Would you call in something like that?
What I what?
Call in to something like that?
What, the Larry?
No, I'm not saying Larry per se. I'm saying a phone sex hotline.
I don't know. I've never tried it, so I don't know what it's like. I would probably find it hilarious more than anything. What are you wearing? Really, bitch? Well, what does it matter?
Oh my god, dude. What if we called into a phone sex hotline via Skype?
I'm not
You know how
paying
much
for it.
money that costs?
That's like how much an hour?
We
or
could
a
probably only afford like 3 minutes.
How much is it an hour, Ryan?
They're like $6.99 an hour, some of them, or $3.99 an hour.
Hang on, how much was Miss Cleo? And probably like multiply that by like 3.
There's some of them go $3.99 and up.
Like 300? Or
Do you have
like
any numbers
$3?
for us?
$3.99 per minute.
You have any numbers in your phone for us?
Like we could call it up right now, dude. Like
1-900 wet teen.
Do you call these numbers, Ryan? Are they? Or,
No, I just know of them because of
He
past
calls.
things I've done when I was younger.
Dot.
He's like, I just know of them because. I mean, yeah, I used to call him. Yeah, like that's what I was expecting him to say next.
I called them one time off my parents' line, off their landline, and I jacked up the phone bill majorly. I was like 13.
Beating off in the back room. Be like, oh yeah.
If we could pull this off, who's gonna do the talking?
I'll do the talking.
I think
Dude,
Larry.
I would have
Larry
to.
should do the
We're
talking.
gonna have to mute everything.
We're gonna.
Because I would die laughing.
Oh my God, Larry, would you be willing to do the talking?
Sure.
I think you would be the best at it out of all of us. No offense.
Probably.
No offense, Ryan. I'm just saying. I think Larry would be fucking hilarious.
You ever have sex with a mime? It's like, I'm a mime.
Better have your credit card linked up.
Well, I'm not gonna have my fucking card linked up. We're not spending my money.
I definitely ain't having my card fucking linked up. Fuck that. Management has no affiliations of this.
All right,
Yeah,
Greg,
that's
you're
a
paying.
negative
Fuck that.
We should get Nick. Oh my God, Nick.
Just like take Nick's like credit or debit card or whatever and use it. Just be like, and this segment's courtesy of Nick.
Oh my God, we'd get in so much shit. I'd have to fly all the way to Pennsylvania for credit card fraud.
They probably make buku money, and they probably just sit at a fucking desk like somebody that fixes your computer.
It's fucking 900-pound bitches that fucking like
Have
have
sexy
buck
voices.
teeth and fucking falling out like
It
some
sounds
blonde
sexy.
hair. And
Just
all
call
they
the
have going
1-800
for them
number.
is a
1-800
voice.
wet teen.
Larry added a phone number. You may be charged for calling it. Oh, well, fuck him. I'm just gonna push call and see what it says. They ain't got my card information.
Hi, I'm Tessa. And I'm Jessie. And that's right, mister. We are the Wet Teen Girls. So wet. Cream, popping teen. All ready to swallow and suck on your drippy swirl stick. I'll be your steam that needs an A really, really bad. Ooh. Or how about the girl next door that teases you over and over? Let
me see your
be
hands,
that
Ryan.
Billy that will ride your face for hours. Or maybe your best friend's daughter with that tiny little skirt and wet, juicy white cotton panties. So use your freehand now to enter those numbers
Let
on
it play
your
all the way
Visa,
through.
MasterCard, American Express, or Discover card. And soon you'll have Jesse and I blowing big, milky bubbles. So nasty. The cost of this one-on-one call is only $3.99 a minute. And if
Only
you're
$3.99 a minute.
we'll spread them wide for your big, hard boner. You'll have so much fun getting to know us. And every inch of your rock-hard manhood will be so glad you did.
That's demonic as fuck. That's so demonic.
Thing from the mean girls? That's right, Mr. Stroker. Teen brats are just waiting to take control.
Right,
of
call me
older
Mr.
men,
Stroker.
Just like you. So enter that credit card now, baby, if you've got the balls. Or should I say blue balls? Or call the
Bitch.
Teen Brat line at 1-888-WET-TEEN. Spoiled, bratty teens just like us will tease and taunt you endlessly. Maybe even turn you into their foot piggies. Ooh, yeah, we know how much you love to worship teen feet. Or maybe we'll humiliate you in front of the other girls' friends. That's so mean, Jeffy. Yeah, but look how hard he's getting. Remember, brats are better. So call us now at 1-888-WET-TEEN. Or just enter your credit card number now to talk live to Jesse, myself, or one of our naughty teen girlfriends. And for more billing options, you can always press the pound key at any time. And if you don't have a credit card and you need
Hit the
to
pound key,
get
hit the
off
pound key, no.
cute little meat, just call. You will definitely get the relief you crave. Oh, I'm so wet. I can't
Don't
wait
go.
for you to call me live at
Don't go.
1-900.
Don't leave me. Don't go.
All calls will be
You
billed at the prevailing
you
rate with a
bitch.
connection fee of $3.99. Enjoy the fun.
And that's all you get for free.
I mean, what if we don't enter a credit card now? We're fucked.
Oh, sorry, but you've entered an invalid credit card number. Please try again.
Oh, please try again.
We are the wet teen girls.
That one part sounded demonic as fuck when they were both talking at the same time. Greg, are you still with us?
Seriously, yeah,
Okay.
I know.
I was big
Yeah,
shit.
Greg
And
up
they're
there
like,
for a second.
and you can pretend that we're your next door neighbor's daughter with a short mini skirt and juicy wet white cotton panties.
Ryan's
That's
like,
the part that gets Ryan every time.
Ryan's like, I call that sometimes, and then when they're done, I just hang up and then I call it back. Before we go, I'd like to thank Freakout5000 for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We always enjoy having you. And that's it for this episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts.
Greg, from I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you because I like to keep my whereabouts a secret.
The back.
But a man who doesn't like to keep his whereabouts a secret is the Navy man from Florida.
Thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a good one. And also joining us.
Ryan Gatt, I'd like to thank everybody, and also I would like to remind everybody that please like, comment, subscribe. We need as much as we possibly can, and also please, if you can donate, please do so. The links are in the bottom. Mike has put those generously down at the bottom. So please, if you can see it in your heart, please donate. It helps the channel out, helps us out become bigger and better, and do the show well. And also, if you need to contact any of us, you can. Mike will put the links down in the below bottom. And thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
As he said, the email address for the PayPal will be in the description of this video. If you're watching it on YouTube, there is an email address. You can use that and PayPal and donate. Also, there are Twitter links in the description for everyone, including Freakout5000. Thank you for tuning in, and everyone's tired. We're all going to go to bed now. It's nighty-night time.
Yay! We're gonna read each other's stories.
And
down.
Ryan's gonna go watch porn. Later, fellas.